Hello, friends. This is Lieutenant Dr. Yasin from Abhidananda Senior College. Today, I'm going to discuss about the vermicomposting and vermicomposting. What do you mean by vermicomposting? The vermicomposting is a process that relies on the earthworms and microorganisms to help stabilize and active organic materials and convert them to a valuable solid abundant and a source of plant nutrients. So this is what we are going to do, and we are going to study about vermicomposting. As we have seen a lot of from last many years, we are listening about the vermicomposting. So it's the product of composting, the utilizing the various species of worms, usually red wings or red wiggles, white worms, and the earthworms, to create the heterogeneous mixture of the decomposing vegetables or food waste, adding into materials and the vermicast. The vermicompost is also known as the worm casting. The worm humus or worm manure is the end product of the breakdown of organic matter by species of the earthworm. It can be the species which can composing the worms. Most often time, it's used for the red wigglers. We can see the metallic names are Isenia voidida, Isenia andaria, and Isenia, the European night crawlers. You can Isenia hotensis. It could also be used. Users refers to European night crawlers by a variety of the other names you can see, including the Denidormus, the Dandras, and the Belgian night crawlers containing the water-soluble nutrients. Vermicompost is a nutrient-rich organic fertilizer and a soil conditioner. And the vermicompost, how you can culture the worms. The vermiculture means the artificial rearing or cultivation of worms, that is nothing but the earthworms. Vermicompost is the excreta of the earthworm, which is rich in humus, and earthworms eat cow dung or farmyard manure along with the other farm wastes and pass it through their body, and the process convert into the vermicompost. So this is the very simple definition of the vermicompost, which is going to be a place in front of you. The method of preparation of the vermicompost is on the large or the community scale. That is the attached of the roof shed, preferably open from the all sides of the unpaved kacha. That the floor is created in east-west direction because of the lengthwise to protect the site from the near direct sunlight, and the shade area is 12 by 12 inches is sufficient for a compatibility vermicompost, and of a 10 into 3 each, having the one spaces in the between for the treatment of 9 to 12 quintals of the waste in a cycle of 40 to 45 days. That's a long period of the growth of the length of the shade can be increased and decreased depending upon the quantity of a waste to be treated and the availability of space. The height of the thatched roof is kept at 8 feet from the center of, and 6 feet from the sides. The base of this side is raised at least 6 inches above the ground to protect it from the flooding during the rains as well. The vermibirds are laid over the raised ground, or as per as the procedure. We have seen the site marked of the vermibirds on the raised ground is watered by 44 to 6 layers of an slowly biodegradable agriculture residue such as dried leaves, straw, sugarcane, trash, extras is laid over it after soaking the with the water. This is followed by the one layer of the vermicompost or farmyard manure. The earthworms are released on each wormy bed at the following rate. That is the treatment of cow dung oblique the agri waste 1 kg per vermi bed. Treatment for the household garbage, that is a 1.5 kg per vermi bed. The multiplication of the worms in the large scale, we can prepare a mixture of the cow dung and the dry leaves into 1:1 portion. Release the half them at the 50 numbers per 10 kg of mixture and mixed dried grass leaves for husk skip and the shade. The sprinkle water and over the time to maintain the moisture level by the process. Earthworms multiply 300 times within 1 or 2 months. These earthworms can be used to prepare the vermicompost. These are the some advantages of the vermicomposting. That is the eco-friendly natural fertilizer prepared by the biodegradable organic wastes, and it's also free from the chemical inputs. It does not have any adverse effect on the soil, plant, and environment. It improves the soil aeration, textures, and the thereby the reducing of the the soil compaction. It improves the water retention capacity and of the soil because of its high organic matter contained. It promotes better root growth and nutrient absorption. It improves the nutrient status of the soil and both the macronutrients and the micronutrients as well. The precautions during the vermicomposting is the direct sunlight to be protected from pit should be, and to maintain the moisture levels, spray the water on the pit as and when required, protect the worms from the ant, rat, and bird, because there's going to be, the things. What are the profile with the nutrients of vermicomposting and farmyard manure? They are the percent is given nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, and potassium, and magnesium, Fe, and is giving the vermicomposting. These are these, what you call the ratio is given. Nutrient profile ratio is given over there, so you can see into the picture behind the screen. So you can see the ratio is carbon nitrogen ratio is 15.5 in the earthworm is 13.1.3 the farmyard compost. So these are going to be a very important stats we can have with the to the vermicomposting the ground, what you call say of farmyard manure. These are the different percentage of the nutrients I'm showing you. The next is what very important, that is a night soil. Night soil is a human excreta, that is the solid and the liquid. Night soil is a richer in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that as compared to the FIM or compost. On even dry basis, it has an average chemical composition which can see the 5.5, 4.0, and 2.0 respectively of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. In India, it is applied to a limited extent directly to the soil, which can be, having the very much good percentage. Now you can see the sewage and the sludge in the modern system of the sanitation adopted in the cities. Water is used for the removal of human excreta and other wastes. This is called the sewage system for the sanitation. This system, there is a considerable dilution is process is there of the material we can solution and the dispersion. In fact, water is the main, you can constituent of the sewage and mounting upon to 99.0%. Journal sewage has two components, namely solid portion and the liquid portion, technically known as the sludge, which can called solid portion, and liquid portion, commonly known as the sewage water. Both the components are used for increasing the crop production as they contain plant nutrients. We can see the very important factor, that is a green manuring, and practice of incorporating the undecomposed green plant tissues into the soil for the purpose of improving the physical and the structure as well as the fertility of the soil. In agriculture, the green manure is a type of cover crop which can grow primarily to add nutrients and organic matter as of soil as well. Typically, a green manure crop is grown for a specific period, which can have the plowed under the incorporated in soil. The green manures usually perform the multiple functions that includes the soil improvement and as well as the soil protection. So there are the different types of the green manuring. One is the green manuring in the CTO and the green leaf manuring. Broadly, two types of the green manuring is differentiated. In the CTO, the system green manure or crops are grown and buried in the same field, either as a a pure crop as intercrop with the main crop, and the most common green manure crops grown under the system are snap up and the Diania gore. So these are the different you can which most common manure is there. Green leaf manuring refers to the turning into the soil and the green leaves and tender green twigs collected from the shrubs and trees grown on the buds, wastelands in the nearby forest areas. The common shrubs and the trees are used for the glassradias, Tasmania, wild dacia, and karanji extras. The former system is followed in the northern India, and while the latter is common eastern in the central India as well. But what are the advantages of the green manuring? Is it adds organic matter to the soil. This stimulates the activity of the soil and the microorganisms. Green manures crops return to the upper topsoil, and the plant nutrients are taken by the crop from the deeper layers. It improves the structure of the soil as well, and it facilitates the penetration of an rainwater, thus the decreasing in the run of an erosion. The green manure crops hold plant nutrients that are otherwise it can be lost by leaching. The next is what the green manure crops hold the plant nutrients, as well as the leguminous plants like the snap and the danchi are used. Thynacia are used as the green manure crops. They add nitrogen to the soil for the succeeding the crop. It increases the availability of the certain plant nutrients like phosphorus and calcium, potassium, magnesium, and as well. So these are going to be the very important advantages of green manuring, as well as if you see the advantage of the green manure, there are the disadvantages also. When the proper technique of the green manuring is not followed, when weather conditions become the unfavorable, they are the under the rainforest rain then under rainfed conditions, it is the fear that proper decomposition of the green manure crop and satisfactory the germination of the succeeding the crop may not take place if sufficient rainfall is not received after bearing the green manure crop. Since the green manure for wheat means loss of the kharif crop, you can say the practice of the green manuring may not be always economical. In case the main advantage of the green manuring is derived from the addition of a nitrogen, there is the cost of growing green manure is very it varies in crops maybe more than the cost of commercial nitrogenous fertilizers. Increase in the for disease, insect and nematodes is possible. A risk is involved in the you can see in obtaining the satisfactory stand and the growth of the green manure crops is sufficient rainfall is not available. Now you can see the green manure crops, the leguminous and the non-leguminous. You can see the snapem, danisha, moong, koyapa, goar, senji, kesri, and so on. Hearing the bhang, jawar, maize, and sunflower in the non-leguminous crops. You can see the selection of the green manure crops in a situ is very important, as the green manure crops are suitable for the certain parts of the country. Suitably, the regional of important green manure crops are given below. That is the Sanhap and the Dhanisha. This is the most outstanding. You can see the green manure crop in almost all parts of the country. It's available, and it occupies the Dhansha is occupies the second place next to the Samba, because the green manuring it has the advantage of growing the under the adverse condition of a drought, water logging, salinity, and acidity as well. It is an wide use in Assam, West Bengal, Bihar, and Chennai. Sugarcane and potatoes and paddy. Goa it is a well-suited area. It's a low rainfall and the poor fertility. It is the most commonly green manure crop in Rajasthan, North Gujarat, and Punjab as well. So here we can have the end of our the video, that we can have the raise the question box. We can answer you, and thank you so much for the patient listening so much.